What's up, fight fans? We are heading all the way to Sydney, Australia this weekend with some absolutely outstanding matchups. Dricus du Plessis versus Sean Strickland, rematch world title main event. This is one you're not going to want to miss. And just for you, to make this fight night even better, I have teamed up with DraftKings to bring you all a great offer right now. DraftKings is giving all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after they place a wager for just $5. So don't wait. Download the DraftKings app. Do it right now. When you sign up, use the code SONNEN. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Stay in on the action. Use your $200 in bonus bets for same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. You can combine multiple bets together from the same fight. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy for a shot to win cash prizes. I want you to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. When you sign up, place in at least a $5 wager, use the promo code SONNEN. Get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code SONNEN only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Ilia Topuria wants to fight Islam. What do you guys make of that? Now, I must tell you, when this first came out, I've seen this 100 times. Like there is something about a champion who just absolutely cannot protect his division. This is nothing new to Ilia, by the way. We saw Volkanovski try this 2 years ago. Islam wants to do it right now. Dricus du Plessis and Alex Pierre are discussing doing it. Aspinall and Jones are the only one that are kind of like in their division, but that's because they're weighted out of anything else. Like, it is so common for fighters that are champions to then call for somebody else and call for a double championship. Now, they will also never call for a fighter smaller than them. So, like, if Ilia wants to be double champion, no problem. Make 135 and we will give you Merab right away. That would be a yes. That would be a hard yes. There's something about the smaller, and he's always got to call out a guy bigger. And I'm not turning on Ilia, by the way. This is very, very common. I'm just bringing to your attention that there's two pieces to this psychology. One is to get the hell out of your division. Like, Ilia hasn't called out anybody at 145. He's only called out one person, and it's a person at 155. Now, if it's personal and it's Islam, I'm all ears. If it's competitive and it's about double champions, Ilia can do that right now. But he's got to make 135 and the opponent will be Merab. And do you see the difference? And you see where when you're comparing this example back to other examples, it never goes that way. Okay, great. But now it's starting to feel personal. And that would have my interest to a different degree. It seems as though Islam would be very difficult for somebody to have heat with, because he doesn't say anything controversial. He doesn't say anything rough and tumble. He doesn't use profanity. He doesn't threaten violence. He doesn't even call people out. He doesn't even give you good reason to watch once he's been called out. His reason, truly down to his core, is just competition. This is what you do when you're a competitor. These are the rules. It happens to be unified. Take on anybody. I mean, it's one of these things. I don't know how you could possibly be upset with Islam. And not like, well, one night, back then we were all out drinking, and here's what happened. I was playing cards one night, and that guy, he still owes me $60. Like, what would you be mad at Islam for? And I'm very open to Topuria having a reason. I do not care what it is. I would really like to hear that reason. But if there's not a reason, stop. You're not going to get the fight. Okay, first off is understanding the favor that you would be calling in. Like, Ilia is not going to want to fight Merab at 135 pounds. But the real truth, Ilia doesn't want to fight Merab at 145 pounds. A champion doesn't want to fight a different champion at their weight class. Because now a guy has 2 belts he could leave with, and you will leave with 1 if it goes perfect. So, if there's a reason to fight Islam, if there's something there that's been held out, please, I encourage Ilia, let us know. But absent of that, let's stop with the charade. Islam has already done the favor to the 45-pounders. And by the way, the 45-pounders showed they do not have what it takes to deal with Islam. That happened. That's proven fact. You might think that you're an exception, but we can't ask a guy to take the risk for you to prove something good. He gets to prove nothing. We can't ask him to do that when he's not just done it once. He's done it twice. So, and a big miss at 155 right now. You guys want to know a big miss? Benny. Benny's got the skills, the resume, and the fan base to fight for a world championship. What he doesn't have is the last 2 victories that are needed. Your last 2 fights have to go like a certain way. He's got 9 fights prior to those 2, but he doesn't have the last 2. And that is a miss. A big fight that I would love to see. Any way you can do it is Moicano and Benny. Any way that you want to do it. I mean, they do Dana White Contender Series, and that's all about. I mean, the premise of the show is you get all of these new guys. Well, you don't have to. You can have all of these new guys, and then you can have a main event. I mean, not for nothing. We got to get Benny and Moicano in there, but it's more important than ever. Just Benny returning is more important than ever. Because as I said, he had those 9 fights that went his way. Yeah, 2 that didn't, but he could get back on track very fast. And you want to know a fight that you could package up and you could sell? Islam Benny. For sure. For sure. Now, not forever. And you don't have a lot of time. But there's no scenario where Oliveira wants to fight, right? I mean, how do you want to fight for a guy when he doesn't want it? So remove Oliveira, and we've been told in no uncertain terms that Sarukian's not getting it. So you got a guy that is not going to get it. You take a guy that says he doesn't want it. You're probably going to stick it in his ass. I understand, but can we at least agree we were at a time when we need a contender? And Benny solves so many problems. We got to get him off of victory, but Benny solves so many problems. And who's going to get the opportunity, and how is Benny ever going to get the opportunity? After everything he did and we didn't get it to him, and now we've got this reason to not give it to him. I'm just suggesting for you, we can get that car back on Main Street quickly. So 155 pounds is pretty wild. I mean, it's one of the reasons that if Topuria really wants to do this, he's going to have to start with the truth. And if his truth is, I can't make 145 anymore, let me just encourage you to stop. If his truth does not have to do with something personal against Islam, let me just encourage you to stop. But if he said, I can't, if he wants to fight Islam or bust, this is the most important thing to him. Don't make 145 again and make it known that you won't be making 145 again. I mean, you will become a 55-pounder and you will be instantly the number 1 contender. Instantly. But that's not the situation that we're in. None of those things are accurate. Topuria is a perfect size. Featherweight, as a matter of fact. And he doesn't have anything personal with Islam. And we're not going to make that ask of Islam 3 times. But what is going on with Ilia Topuria? I mean, I think that's a fair question too. Why is every time I see his name, he's attached to Islam? Nobody wants to see the fight. Nobody's encouraging that fight. And Topuria won't stop bringing up the fight. Is there nobody at 145? Somewhere we were told that it was going to be Volkanovski, but that was after Lopez had called out Volk and even had information that it was going to be an interim championship fight, and that was resisted by you guys. You're going, hey, Lopez should be going in right now, not the guy that got woken up in his last 2. Like, I understand all of these things, but we were still told it's going to be that. So where's the fight? Because Volk never mentioned it. Volk's been in the media this week. Volk has not mentioned that he's got a date, a venue, or a fight with Ilia. He might have one. Like, if anybody's going to have a fist fight and not tell you, it would probably be Volk. But Ilia, we have heard from. You know Ilia's brother's going to fight? Do you guys know that? There's a Topuria, and many people don't know who he is or what his relationship is to Ilia. I'll tell you 2 fun facts. First off, it's Ilia's brother, and this one might surprise you. It's Ilia's big brother.